Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Nailed it.
Kyle, what's up? Michael, what's up?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me and Chris, and I was like, Chris's name's not Michael. And then I realized you were talking to the comments.
Right.
God, I'm so stupid. You know what's not stupid? This cherry lime Mighty Swell. It's actually delicious.
Oh, I'm jealous. I'm going with blackberry tonight.
Have you had this one yet?
Yeah, I had it last week for the first time. It was delicious.
That's right.
Shout out to Jared. What's up, dude? From quarantine.
Adam and Sue Ann and the Sports Nut and Andrew and comments are popping off. Let's go.
What do you think the Sports Nut's real name is?
Man, it's such a high bar to set because we know him so well.
I'm guessing it's begins with a C.
I'll say Christopher.
Christopher Joseph.
Excuse me?
Andrews.
Yeah. I'm not going middle name and last name. I'm just going to go Christopher.
Oh, Braden with the flex. He had some good jambalaya. What's better than that?
Oh, nothing. Jambalaya is outstanding.
Yeah. Sue-Ann has a would you rather instead of a takes on take. Chris Schubert is the gatekeeper here. So
Shuby, maybe butter him up. It's Sue-Ann's hypothetical for us, okay? I think he's ignoring us now.
Chris? Well, you guys can see
Shuby?
each other, and I'm just in my lonesome here.
Shuby? He's either frozen or he's ignoring us. Could you imagine we lose our producer?
He's straight ignore. Wait, can you see him? I know that you have different.
Yeah,
settings.
I could see him. Yeah.
What's he doing?
He's leaning off to his left, looking down and away towards the floor, and he hasn't moved in about 2 minutes.
Ooh, not great. We got
not a promising omen here in the pre-show.
And he's non-responsive to the questions we have.
Correct. Correct.
Well, he has 2 minutes to get his life.
He just got done bragging about how he got this new laptop for Christmas too.
Right.
He's gone.
I think I'm back now. Oh. Goodness gracious.
You good?
At least it happened before the show started.
Sure.
What happened? Computer
no, the
the
Wi-Fi went out.
Oh, okay.
So I had to switch.
Oh, Dion, this is a bad take, man.
Oh, Dion, don't make me go with this take right out of the gate, man. I don't want to do this to you.
I like
we're burying the lead here, though.
Joe, don't do this, Joe.
I like the idea of addressing the take. I have thoughts on it.
We are burying the lead. We're in the pre-show. We're doing the show before the show. We always do this.
We have like a minute.
Friendly reminder that the Draft Network live streams are brought to you by our friends at Mighty Swell, the most delicious adult seltzer on the market. Enjoying a cherry lime this evening ahead of Eagles versus Seahawks Monday Night Football.
Okay.
God, it feels good to just take my hands off the wheel and let Chris do it.
Yeah, I'm reading takes tonight too because that was part of the grade last. I got a B- from Joe last time. So
at least I was honest. You'll always get that from me.
I appreciate that, Joe. I appreciate that.
Kyle Bazin wants to burn the world to the ground.
Kyle, why are you anti-fun, dude?
His take is chaos.
That's an anti-fun take. Because that means the Jets win a football game.
I mean, it could technically be the only game they win.
I think they're going to get 2. All right, let's do it.
All right.
Kyle, I'll let you hit the button.
Oh. Esteemed honor. Is it Bazin or Bazin? Bazin. Forgive my ignorance. We're going to start the show now.
Let it be known that I do not have the launch code. That is Chris and Kyle's.
All you got to do is log in.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes here on the Draft Dudes podcast presented by Locked On. It's Joe Marino and Kyle Krabs from the Draft Network, and we are your hosts here on this live episode of Takes on Take. Today's podcast is brought to you by Pepsi. This football season will be different, and Pepsi is here to get you ready for game day no matter how you watch this season. Pepsi is the refreshment you need to power through game day and become a member of the League of Football Watchers. These passionate fans are the real generational talent that Pepsi fuels. Because Pepsi isn't made for those who play the game, it's made for those who watch it. Pepsi, made for Chris Schubert, as he flexes the Pepsi here on the live stream here. Kyle, welcome.
Welcome, everybody. I see we have brought all of our piping hot takes today for Takes on Takes. Yeah, life is good. Victory Monday for all three of us here on the show. Chris, your Victory Monday looks a little different than usual, but when Trevor Lawrence is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, a loss is a win at this point. You've got a month left of misery for a decade of relevance. So just take it in stride, brother.
No reason to not enjoy it. I'm enjoying every Victory Monday because they're all Victory Mondays for me so far. Especially when you're as winning at life as Chris Schubert. Well, don't know about that.
Got his new computer.
Yep.
You know,
failed me 2 minutes into the pre-show.
Let's roll.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, there's good stuff. We got to get to it.
All right. So I've taken over the MC role, so I will read all of these takes to you. And this is the one that I think caused a lot of controversy in the pre-show. So I'm going to get it going right away. This comes from Dion, who says, Thanksgiving leftovers should only be eaten 2 days after Thanksgiving max.
This is bad.
I've never had this scenario. They don't make it 2 days in my house. I've never made it 3 days past Thanksgiving with some available leftovers.
Well,
so I don't know what this feels like.
I could tell you because my household is divorced and my wife's household is also divorced. So we did 1 year, 4 Thanksgivings in approximately 36 hours. And we had probably a week and a half's worth of leftovers, except for the turkey, because that goes fast. If there's leftover turkey, I don't care if it's white meat, dark meat, legs, wings, whatever. It goes super fast. It never gets bad. I'm pretty sure stuffing is like wine. The longer it ages, the better it is.
You are somebody that I think is willing to push the boundaries with how long something's been in the fridge versus if you eat it.
Yeah,
of course.
I'll give it 2 weeks after the expiration.
2 weeks? Wait. 2 weeks?
If it smells good, it's fine.
All right, I like that rule. I don't know if I like the 2 week rule. If it smells good, it's good.
It's not an absolute kind of thing. Like you give it the smell check first.
Dude, you would be an asset in my household because we don't do well with leftovers, and we throw away a lot of stuff. And I just need you to come raiding through on a weekly basis, and you will have something to eat.
So do we, but that's because my wife buys.
Yeah,
we've got boxes of cereal that aren't even open, and we get 2 more boxes with the next round of groceries. So
got a real situation on your hands.
But Dion, no, I'm eating Thanksgiving leftovers as long as they're around. There's no expiration date on those.
Yeah, you're good. You're good with those. This take from Jason is extremely relevant at the moment because I don't know when this game is ultimately going to be played. Jason says the Ravens players will wildcat strike Wednesday's game, and the NFL will have to push everything back a full week. As we're doing this show, that game is scheduled for 3:40 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. Yeah. But as I think we've already seen, that thing can get moved very quickly. So, gentlemen, this take from Jason.
I've always wanted to watch a live NFL football game at 3:40 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. So, I'm fine by me. That would be a hell of a thing for them to do, right? I mean, just not play the game.
Well, I know their concern is they want to practice. They haven't practiced since before the Titans game.
Oh, boy.
So, they're like, yo, we want to play, but can we get a practice in first? Because, they were going to practice tonight and then travel to Pittsburgh for the game tomorrow. But because they had, I think, one positive today, and he was a practice squad guy, but it was still a positive, they were not allowed to practice today.
assuming this game happens on Wednesday, the Steelers will play 3 games in 12 days. That's tough, man.
It's not great. But if the game's not played, if they do say, no, we're not playing under the conditions, would the league wouldn't push everything back, which I think is what Jason's saying. The league would have everything else would go on as scheduled, and they would either just put this game at the tail end of the schedule, or they would not play the game, right?
Why are we so resistant to a week 18? Why?
Especially now that we're in the final month of the season, right? Like you've made it this far. Like if you need a buffer week, you get so much more flexibility for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, everybody's got 5 games left to go. It's pretty tight, a lot of these races. Just played in week 18.
This game's important for the Ravens too, right? In the playoff picture.
Yeah.
So they need this football game. So them risking, because the NFL could very easily say, okay, you're striking, forfeit. Steelers get a victory.
And the Steelers are 1 up on the Chiefs for the 1 seed, and there's only 1 bye week this year for playoff
So
teams.
there's something, imagine like if they don't play the game, like that's not an option. So you'd have to get to the end of the season and then postpone the playoffs by a week, or you make some jurisdiction with this game. So it's a very messy, nasty situation, but I think postponing the playoffs is more attractive than postponing the league now for 1 game.
All right, Braden, here you go. We'll throw your take up here. Anthony Lynn has become the worst game day manager among head coaches, and Joe already has the approval maraca.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
You want it?
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh-wee. I hate that I like it.
Man, that dude, man, he's counterproductive to winning football games. He's just so confused. I mean, that whole sequence at the end of the game for the Bills yesterday was a snapshot of what he's normally like. And it wasn't just the end of the game. It was before the half. He had no clue what to do. Called it. They were going to go for it on a 4th down. They called a timeout to punt, where they would have just been better off taking the penalty yards and punting. That whole sequence, I mean, just they're unprepared for it. And I think
this is how you're abysmally bad in 1-score games, right?
Right.
It's the game management, crunch time decisions, all of that stuff. And it's week in and week out. And unfortunately, I think that makes this a good take from Braden. But it's a shame because, like, Anthony Lynn's a super likable guy. He was super likable on Hard Knocks. You know, I appreciate his demeanor with his players, but just like from a game management perspective, like you as the CEO on game day of the football team, like that's your deal. Like you have to know that. And there's been nothing but struggles. And I think, Joe, like you said, the end of the game against Buffalo yesterday is like a microcosm of like everything that's wrong right now with the Chargers.
They got good players.
Vontel has a take.
Oh, boy.
It just needs to be shown. I don't know what's going to happen here, but we'll just put it up. Vontel says, Coach O at Orgeron will end up like Chiswick and get fired after 2020.
I'm going to tell you right now, Vontel, I ain't getting fired at the end of the 2021 season. We're going to go back to the national championship and play in the college football playoff. Go Tigers.
That's actually pretty good, Kyle.
Yeah, that's a thing here. Coach O has called the Draft Dudes podcast.
It's true.
Yeah,
he's been on the show a few times. Yeah.
That wasn't the first time he's been here. No, I don't think so. I think there's going to be so much turnover with these coaches. I think this year for them was not unexpected by me, at least.
Right.
I had low expectations for LSU this year.
They lost everybody.
Right. Literally everybody. And then more players, right? Because they opted out of the season, and Shelvin and Kerry Vincent and Jamar Chase. Like, they don't have anything what they thought they would have. So I think Coach O has won over so much good fortune based on what happened in 2019 that it's going to take more than another bad year in 2021 for him to get the boot.
Hey, shoot me. Who would have said that to jambalaya in the chat before the show? Nothing's like some good crawfish and jambalaya. Some combo.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your appearance on the show.
Go Tigers.
This take by Sebastian. If Deshaun Watson, this is good. I can't wait to hear your guys' answer on this one. If Deshaun Watson was drafted by the Chiefs, he would be putting up nearly the same amount of production as Patrick Mahomes. Basically what Sebastian's saying, gentlemen, Patrick Mahomes, system quarterback.
Ooh. Dirty little secret. A lot of really good Hall of Fame all-time great quarterbacks were as good as they were because of the system and environment and head coach that they were with at the time. So I don't think that's necessarily a hot take.
Right.
But go ahead, Joe.
No, because I'm going to shift gears with this. So finish your thought.
I was going to say, I don't think it's blasphemy to indicate that from an intangibles and playmaker and artistic eye for the game, Deshaun Watson is within the same. He's in the same section of the stadium as what Patrick Mahomes is. Mahomes has a much more live arm, but they're both super creative. They're both super gifted. They're both super big play oriented. They are both special from a leadership perspective and the plays that they are able to make. So if you put him on the Chiefs in a much more stable environment, I think I probably like him to perform at a comparable level. Maybe not the 5,000 yards, 50 touchdown passing season that Mahomes had his first year as a starter. But what we've seen from Patrick since, yes, I can buy.
The spin that I want to put on this is, what if Patrick Mahomes was drafted by Houston? Or what if Patrick Mahomes was drafted by Chicago? Or what if Patrick Mahomes was drafted by Buffalo?
Cleveland. That's my favorite one.
What if it's Cleveland? I mean, do we assume that Mahomes is exactly the player we see right now?
No, the answer is no.
I agree.
Especially if it's Cleveland. Because that was Hugh Jackson, Cleveland Browns.
Well,
I don't care which one. You take Deshaun, you take Pat, you put him with Hugh Jackson in Cleveland with how dysfunctional that franchise was. They're set back. They inevitably are set back. They will drag the team along and be good, but they're not the guys they are, the dudes they are now.
No. The same thing applies to Buffalo. What was he going to do with Kelvin Benjamin, Andre Holmes, and Jeremy Curley with the entire offensive line of guys that aren't even in the league anymore, besides Deion Dawkins? I don't know, man. Good for him. It worked out, and he's special, and the Chiefs are special.
So does that make you worried at all for Joe Burrow?
Yes. I've been worried about Joe Burrow for a long time.
Since we knew Cincinnati was going to have the number one pick, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. No shame in that.
A college take from Tyler here. Vanderbilt would be better off switching to the triple option and hiring Jeff Monken than hiring a coach with a traditional offense who will underperform or leave if successful. Joe, I saw it. Go ahead. You can go first.
I hate everything about option football. I loathe it. It drives me insane. I'm trying to get good scouting reps of football players, and it's annoying as hell because there's not much you can extrapolate for a team that runs an option offense or a defense against it. But I will say, for the chance of being competitive, you gotta do it. That's how Air Force, that's how Army, that's how those teams somehow have a chance because they don't have that talent. Well, and look at Georgia Tech under Paul Johnson. They had a chance, man. They played in the ACC championship game against Clemson. Was it Clemson or Florida State when Jameis was there? Yeah, I mean, relatively recently. It gives you a chance when you are never going to have the talent to compete. So if Vanderbilt wants to have a chance to win 8 or 9 games, run the damn option and be a pain in the ass in the SEC to go up against.
Does that fly in the SEC, though, with the team defense on speed across the entirety of the conference?
It gives them a better chance than trying to be a traditional team.
Probably. I had a take here. What was it? It's gone, Chris.
This is what Kansas should have done. So, by the way, Kansas should have done this, right? Instead of hiring Les Miles, Kansas's best chance in the Big 12 was to introduce this type of chaos. And they failed. They didn't do it. Now, they'll probably have to fire Les in a couple years, and they can have another chance at getting an option coach. But that's how they're going to have a chance in the Big 12.
Now, guys, I'm new here, so I don't know if some of these takes are just trolling you guys, and I'll learn over time. I'll learn over time. This take from Sam, I think, might go into the category of trolling, where he says Justin Fields isn't a top 3 quarterback in college football right now, and he won't be in the draft.
Joe, take another sip of your Mighty Swell, please. Take another one. We need to digest this.
And my bad if I'm bringing up a troll take for you guys. That's on me as the producer.
No troll that I'm aware of here. I think this is okay. You would take.
I think the important thing is Sam beard.
He's already asking us for us to not hate it.
The dude's beard's elite.
You can't hate a dude with a beard.
No, the beard is 10 out of 10.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Joe, get the poop hat. You don't got to turn it on. Just put it on.
Oh, yeah, it's going on. I mean, we got to put it on for this. I
think we get the point.
Just because he's Ohio State. Because, like, I get that's always going to be a thing. It's never going to go away until you have a dude that comes in and, like, wins Super Bowls as an Ohio State quarterback. But Justin, man, it's like he's got that arm ability about him as far as being a former baseball player. And you see a lot of the guys that have a lot of success are the ones that can throw from any arm slot, any angle, any footwork. You know that throw that everybody was clowning Baker Mayfield for missing on Sunday, the slant to Rashard Higgins where he was sitting down? You see what Baker's feet look like on that? He was parallel to the line of scrimmage. The guys who have the arm, the really high-level arms to kind of throw with accuracy in those scenarios, Justin's one of those guys. More so, I think, than Baker Mayfield from a physical skill perspective. So I think his athletic ceiling is higher than a dude that just went number one like 3 years ago.
I think he's a top 3 quarterback in college football, and I think he's going to be a top 3 quarterback in the draft.
This take from Indy Kid 3, and I like this topic. Harbaugh will have a way better coaching career in Detroit than Michigan.
Joe, give me the poop hat. Like, I'll take it through the screen.
So what has Harbaugh done at Michigan?
What has he done, though?
I could tell you he had a very good run as head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. Very good.
Yes.
At Michigan, I mean, they haven't won the conference.
So what's the barrier to Harbaugh having success at Michigan? Has it been the complete inability to land a quarterback?
I think that's a big part of it.
Because that's the big sell for Harbaugh's offense, right?
Yeah, you got it. I said that about Tennessee for the longest time. They got to find their Trevor Lawrence or their Deshaun Watson. As soon as they get that, things change.
Chris, do you have Rocky Top on tap or no?
No, sorry. Unfortunately.
Michigan's got to land one of those dudes. They got to stop trying to get the 5th-year seniors and the Shea Pattersons and whoever these Wilton States in the world. You know, real quarterback.
Sorry.
But he's going to – dude, as much as I think there's a chance that he would go to the Lions, this is like – that would be really weird if that was his next move.
Joe, you know what else is really weird?
What's that?
Not taking advantage of our friends at Manscaped and their stocking stuffer opportunity to make this gift season the absolute buns. We're talking about revivers. We're talking about ball deodorants. So if you want your jingle balls to smell like Christmas morning this holiday season, the Manscaped stocking stuffer is filled with goodies to stock your stuffing. We're talking about the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer, in addition to the Lawnmower 3.0, which we have nothing but great things to talk about. I've already mentioned the deodorant and the toner. They smell amazing. You know I'm a big candle guy, right, Joe?
I do.
I don't need candles. There you go. I wish you could see it. Legit sprayed it 3 times because it smells that good. So here's the deal. If you are looking for stocking stuffers for anyone this holiday season, including yourself, you can go to manscaped.com and use promo code TDN and be the ballsiest gift giver this holiday season thanks to our friends at Manscaped. That's manscaped.com, promo code TDN.
I missed this take from Kyle, not our Kyle, not the Kyle in the top left corner of the screen, but Kyle Bazin. Earlier in the pre-show, we were discussing this take, and I was so distracted by Dion's Thanksgiving take that I missed this one. Kyle says, not this Kyle, This other Kyle Bazin says the Browns will lose 4 of their next 5. And by the way, those are games against Tennessee, Baltimore, the Giants, the Jets, and the Steelers, and miss the playoffs because Browns.
This is, man, I know what he's thinking, right? Like they're 17 years into a playoff drought. I've been there. All right. I can speak from experience.
Not allowed to have good things, right?
Yeah. Like you have that fatalistic mentality. Like you will not allow yourself to entertain the idea that the Browns would actually not do this and go to the playoffs. But you have to believe in the leadership here, right? Kevin Stefanski's a good freaking coach, and you have talent. And I know that it's not always pretty, but my goodness, they're winning games. And for them to lose 4 out of 5 of those games, I think would be a real disappointment. I don't think it happens. I think the Browns get in this year.
So let's do it, Joe. We always like doing this when these hypotheticals come up. They have 5 games left to play. They're 8-3. Do they beat the Tennessee Titans?
No.
I agree. 8-4. Do they beat the Baltimore Ravens, who spanked them last time they played?
I don't think so.
They're 8-5.
I agree. 8-5. The Giants is interesting.
Dub.
Cleveland should win this football game.
Right.
They should.
If they don't, then you can start panicking.
Well, yeah. I mean, 3-game L with everything out in front of you, right? Somebody's going to do it in the AFC this year.
Well,
might be the Colts.
Could be the Raiders with what
Raiders
they did.
It might be the Raiders. Miami's last 4 are very difficult. Somebody in the AFC who's in like this thick of it, somebody is going to fall apart.
Yeah. But I think they win the Jets and Giants.
So that's 10.
It gets them to 10-6.
I mean,
Dude,
Kyle,
this
has been your take of that there's a 10-6 team that's going to miss the playoffs in the AFC.
There is.
Don't let it be the Browns.
Could be the Browns.
I think the Browns have a lot of favorable tiebreaker components in their hand already. So I don't think they have to be super worried. Like I know Baltimore should be very worried if there's like 3+ teams tied at 10-6 and they are one of them, they should be worried from a tiebreaker's perspective.
Is that Pittsburgh game the last game of the season?
It is.
So Pittsburgh might not play anybody either.
No, they'll have something to play for. Kansas City, first
they're gonna
round bye.
They just get gifted a victory this week from the NFL. Maybe
and
not.
do you think Pittsburgh's going to win 3 games in 12 days? That last one's Buffalo, in Buffalo.
Oh, that's good for the Bills.
Yeah.
But they did space them out a little bit. I saw they already pushed the Washington game, I think.
Yeah, that's on Tuesday. It looks like it's going to go to Tuesday now.
Yeah.
So now they're going to have oh geez. Okay.
So it's like 5 days of rest between every game.
Dude, that's hell. For NFL football players that are like very much creatures of habit.
Yes.
That's hell.
All right. Next take for you guys from Jared. Micah Parsons is Jannard Avery 2.0, but with better pro potential due to elite athleticism and the versatility to play any of the linebacker positions and edge.
You can't call him Jannard Avery 2.0 and then say he has elite athleticism and versatility to play any linebacker position plus edge. That's not the same player. So I'm out. I'm all the way out.
I'm out on this.
I'm all the way out.
Yep.
All the way out.
Adam's had a bunch of takes. I just see this one here in front of me, and
okay.
I'm all for a good debate on this specific topic. Red Gatorade is the worst Gatorade from Adam.
Factual. 1,000,000%.
I like
it's
that.
It's trash.
I like that. Yeah, it's be very far on my list. If I had them all in front of me, it might be the end until I chose the red one.
Is the original color, like the yellow one, the best, or the orange one the best one?
Well,
orange
yellow,
is good. Lemon
lime is good. Glacier Freeze, I think, is the top 3 Gatorade flavor.
Is that the light blue?
That's light blue.
That is an elite.
The light purple is tremendous.
Light purple is also good.
1,000,000%.
I don't know what the teal green one is. That one's in the conversation as well.
Teal green.
The ice flavored, like the white colored one, is good.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
The added, not benefit, the opposite of benefit to red Gatorade is that your mouth is also going to be red after you drink that.
That's true. Good point.
The detriment.
That detriment was the word. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I wanted to drink red Gatorade, I would just drink fruit punch, right? Like
it's a little high C.
Yeah. which is bad anyway, unless they sponsor the show.
Yes,
in which case I'll love High C, but
challenge accepted.
All right, I'm scrolling through here for a take. Okay, you know what, guys? Debate this one. I just saw this one from Andrew. Jack Del Rio should get another look at as a head coach.
Kind of got weird how it ended in, do we call it Las Vegas? Do we call it Oakland? Whatever we want to call it.
It was Oakland when he was there. Well,
they had a good year, man. They had that year before.
At 2016.
They wound up having to start like Matt McGloin in the playoffs.
Yeah, because Carr broke his leg. They were 12-4 that season, and Carr broke his leg week 16.
And Del Rio was very aggressive that year with his decision making, and was deserved a lot of credit for that team's success. I mean, that's the thing that you're going to have to ask yourself. I mean, there's a lot of really exciting young coordinators out there, but sometimes they're Matt LaFleur, or sometimes they're Anthony Lynn. So do you want to kind of get that retread and a guy that has some experience about them that can come in and accept the challenge with a lot of experience that they can learn from? It's interesting to me.
That hire doesn't move the needle for me at all, personally. I'd rather take my shot I'd rather go young, and I'd rather look to the college ranks than go back over a retread.
Sure, but I think he'll get a look. I do.
So this would be his third look, though, right? Because he was in Jacksonville first.
Jacksonville, yeah.
So
your third chance, yeah.
Yeah, 3 straight. No.
You're out.
I'm out.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen. Sorry, I was scrolling through lots of takes in here that I'm trying to decipher here. This one from Suan I'm putting up because it's a Jets take, and I love misery. If the Jets don't look like they are heading in the right direction, new coach Trevor Lawrence should force a trade to another team. She uses Dallas as the example, and the Jets should do a sign and trade for Dak Prescott. Boy, is there a lot to unpack in this take. This is a good one.
I guess if you're the Jets and you can't get Trevor Lawrence, getting Dak Prescott sounds pretty good to me. Who nets more in this trade, though?
Yeah, so, okay.
I have
Trevor and Dak, right? Dak is an established dude, was going to break the passing record this year in yardage. In part because Dallas is giving up 37 points per game or whatever it is. They're freaking horrible on defense. Would the number 1 overall pick be enough to just flip Dak?
You're talking 3 first-rounders, right? If you were going to trade for Dak, it would be 3 first-rounders.
Probably.
One of those is going to be the number 1 overall pick in this scenario. So maybe it gets down to 2?
I don't even think it would take 2 because you're guaranteed to get a quarterback back in Trevor Lawrence. From Dallas's perspective, you get the number 1 overall pick, and you get to put him on a rookie contract for 5 years with all these other expensive contracts that you've given out over the last 24 months. And it's potentially an upgrade over Dak Prescott, and he's one of the best quarterback prospects we've seen in recent memory. And we haven't even touched whether or not Trevor Lawrence pulls a power play on the Jets.
No, Kyle, please. Not today. I don't want to do this.
Hire Dabo. You're guaranteed he'll come. I'm sure he'll come.
I've seen a lot of takes in the comments about the Draft Dudes Pro Bowl ballot that we did last Wednesday.
Yeah, some feelings hurt.
And
I received some DMs and tweets.
In particular, this take, Demario Davis was the biggest omission on the Draft Dudes Pro Bowl ballot.
He's a good football player. I don't know what you want me to say. We probably omitted a lot of people on the ballot.
Right.
I mean, here, I got another one.
Fill out your own ballot.
Our Fritz, Anthony Sherman, was snubbed of the Draft Dudes Pro Bowl ballot. I mean, people are not happy with the work that we put in. It was hard work that we did.
I don't care. I don't.
You're out on all of these Pro Bowl complaints. You don't
I mean,
want
I think
anyone?
you're splitting hairs.
Go fill out a ballot.
Right. They're
Go
endless.
fill out 2.
You
Go
can
fill out
double
two
us
and
up.
negate our vote. Yep.
Correct.
All right, Sam. I kind of picked on you earlier with this one, so I'll bring this one back here for you. We'll see 7 head coaching changes this offseason in the National Football League, which means we get to do math on the show. Always a big fan of that.
No, not a fan of that.
You're always
That's
a
all right.
fan.
We got
math
4?
is where we make errors.
Assuming the Jets.
Well, you can't assume the Jets
Yeah.
yet.
You know what happens when you assume?
Houston, Jacksonville. Well, no, Jacksonville hasn't fired their coach yet.
Detroit.
So Houston and Detroit.
Atlanta.
Those are the
Atlanta.
and Atlanta. So those are your 3.
Mm-hmm. So we got to get the 4 more.
Okay. Do we want to put the Jets in there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
That's 4.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville we mentioned is 5. I mean, we were discussing Anthony Lynn earlier.
He's going.
That's 6.
He's going. Yeah. I don't want him to, but he's going.
And then just one more, some random person retires.
Well, hold on. Let's think it out. We got to. What if Belichick retires?
Bye.
Oh, that'd be so good.
That's a head coaching change.
Yeah,
Right.
it
What
won't
if
happen.
they're McCarthy? They say, no, we're not doing this. What if
McCarthy's
Sean Payton
possibility.
says, I'm out of here?
Matt Nagy?
Nagy's gone. He gone. If they better have a winning record over the final 5 games. Otherwise, he's gone.
We're getting
So-
at least 7.
I'm buying. We're going to have
Yeah.
a quarter of the league is going to have new head coaches this year.
Feels good to not be in that conversation,
It
don't it?
feels great.
Oh.
It feels outstanding.
Sam throws out Cincy. They are not firing Zach Taylor.
No,
That is
Should and not, I think, are different. But
they might.
you think that ownership is going to pay Zach Taylor to not coach and then
Brother,
somebody else to coach?
My guy has 4 wins in 27 games. I'm not a math guy, but that record needs some ball toner because it's no bueno. It's like a hard chafe, man.
right.
Manscaped.
you want to do more?
Stocking stuffers.
You guys want to do
it.
more math?
Manscaped.com, promo code TDN. Can you please get this one from poor Dolphins Craze? I've seen him write this in the comments 15 times.
I'm sorry. Okay, Dolphins craze. My apologies.
he's hit
There's
it
a
a
lot of
whole
takes
bunch.
in here.
He's hit it a whole bunch.
Not only is Xavier Howard the best player on the Dolphins, but he's the best cornerback in all of football and should be the defensive player of the year. Kyle, you just wanted this take so you could gloat for me. 2 minutes.
No, we teased this a little bit on Monday's show. We talked about DPOY and like the sack race, and we mentioned Aaron Donald's name. But like, Joe, I just wanted your opinion. Like, that conversation was 12 hours ago. Like, has anybody else jumped off at you other than like potentially Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald and potentially TJ Watt, or like that's having a season that you feel should contend for DPOY?
No, I mean, he's sub 50% completion percentage, a passer rating of 50 against his coverage, 7 interceptions.
15 passes defensed on 63 targets this year.
That's more than a few. Yeah, I mean,
Dolphins are second in scoring defense right now this season.
I think he's got a strong case. I mean, I think he's probably been better than Gilmore was last year. So unless you're funny about like going with one of those impact pass rushers, I do think Xavier Howard's in this conversation for sure.
I
If
was
he's in this conversation and I don't have another cornerback to bring to the table, then right now I'd say he's the best cornerback in football. But we've seen how quickly that changes, right?
right. I mean, that'll change 3 times over during a
Right.
single season. And I wasn't trying to put you in a spot to talk nice about the Dolphins. I generally wanted to know if you had any of the names after we had talked this morning that you were like, oh yeah, that dude should have been in the conversation.
No, I think it's those 3 D linemen and X. Is that what we call him? Is that if you're like in the know, you call him X?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know him, you call Max. Yeah. Can we do more math, gentlemen?
This is trap. That's fine.
This is from William. We just did the 7 head coaching changes. William says there are 5 starting quarterbacks that will be starting on a different team next year, meaning they're going to get another job.
So
That are
5
currently starting
current
from a
starting
starters
quarterbacks
that are going to
starting
start
somewhere.
someplace else. I can think of 2 right off the top of my head.
What's
Sam
their name?
Darnold.
Sam Darnold was 1, and I am fully in on the Matt Ryan to San Francisco bandwagon. I'll ride that train all the way to the ground, baby.
I'm out on that. That is not an easy contract.
So neither one of these Bears guys are going to be starting for some other team.
Well, that's the thing, right? They're going to change quarterbacks, but I don't think Trubisky starts anywhere.
Right.
Is Teddy Bridgewater starting anywhere next year other than Carolina?
Yeah, Carolina.
Okay. Cam Newton?
No.
Not if he plays like he played against Arizona.
Whatever you thought of Cam Newton before this year, like he did nothing to change that. Like he didn't get a job until July and got signed for $500,000. He has not done anything this year that is going to lead you to believe that he's going to deserves to be paid like a starter next year by some.
All right, the chat's thrown two more names out there, which I think are two good ones. Dak Prescott, who I'm going to consider the starting quarterback in Dallas.
He's not starting right now.
See,
I think that's unfair, Kyle. I think you're using a semantics argument.
I'm just saying,
I don't like
starting
this.
quarterback in Week 12 of the 2020 NFL season.
And
What
then
about Gardner Minshew?
Well, Stafford's the
not
other
a starting quarterback right now. Mike Glennon's are starting.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Very good, Joe.
Yeah, but
Thanks
Dak's
having
out
my
for the
back.
year. Minshew's coming back.
Is Jimmy G going to start somewhere next year?
God, I hope not.
Are you gonna give me Jimmy G's not the starter right now?
We're glad you're here, Chris.
I'm selling on 5 is too big of a number.
I agree.
It's too high. You got one more for us? One more for the road?
I got a couple more here. We were trashing on Zach Taylor before, or you were in particular. This take
4 wins in 27 games will do that to a guy.
Zach Taylor is the most.
Tie, though.
Zach Tayller is the most hated coach in the NFL. Jets fans are numb to Gase by now. So I think this take is like the fan base disliking their coach. I don't know. I think Dallas Cowboys fans would like to have a word.
That was going to be my response.
And Lynn with the Chargers. I think both of those guys might be more than Taylor.
Because there were higher expectations in both of those places than Cincinnati this year.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to Vontel. Here you go.
He's
Here
back.
you go. He's going to troll Joe. Browns will upset the Bills in the playoffs due to that being an awful matchup for Buffalo.
What makes that a bad matchup for Buffalo? Like, what about the Browns?
What's the Bills' rush defense like this year?
Oh, that's a good point. Here's the thing about the Bills' rush defense is, like, against good running teams, they have nutted up and stopped it. With Tennessee,
It's just because they load the box and force you to.
Right. They'll force you to play some other way. So if they want you, I mean, the Bills have shown, even against the Chargers, who have been a very good rush offense this year, held them to like 77 yards, which is only like three times they've been held under 100 this year. They contain Jacobs, they contain Derrick Henry. Like, to me, I would be okay with that, like, component of the game. I see what he's saying, and the Browns are very good run offense, and that's a good thing to be in the playoffs.
I do think the Browns have the opportunity to still have success even against loaded boxes because they got war daddies up front, and Nick Chubb's a monster.
Yeah, I mean, are they? I don't know. I don't pin that on as the reason.
That would
I would welcome the Browns in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be the reason why the Browns would upset. I think the Bills would have to beat themselves because I don't think the Browns have enough on defense to force Buffalo to hold Buffalo down. Buffalo would have to make mistakes.
Which they can do.
Yeah, but I think it would be more so instead of being an awful matchup, it would be Buffalo beat themselves against Cleveland. Shuby, can you get this one from Owen? Good friend of the show.
Sure, I can get this one from Owen. I just don't know where that is because I was looking
It's
at
recent. It was
at
an 808.
Oh, yes, I see this one. Here you guys go. I'm going to butcher that first guy's name because I'm terrible with names.
Scott McLuhan.
Scott McLuhan. That was not what I would have gone with. So Owen has put together his dream, I guess, Detroit group.
That's not a dream, is it?
Or what he thinks it's going to be. I don't know. Scott McLuhan is the GM. Harbaugh is the head coach. Pep Hamilton is the OC. And Rex Ryan is the DC. Pep Hamilton is the OC I'm in on.
Here's the thing you got to remember about Owen. He's a Packers guy.
Oh, so he's trolling.
I don't know if he is or not. But I don't mind Scott McLuhan.
Right, that'd be fine. That's the good part of this.
I like Pep Hamilton.
I don't dislike Harbaugh if it's John.
I'm meh on Jim Harbaugh. It's Jim. It's not John.
Rex. in the year 2021 leading
Rex,
an NFL defense?
I'm a little iffy. I'm a little iffy on Rex.
Well,
but you could do a lot worse than this, though.
I would say this about Rex. That is personnel that he can work with, that they have there defensively. That would be the benefit there. But he's also Rex Ryan. So,
we done here?
I don't think I can top that take.
Oh, and thanks for stopping in, brothers. Good to see you. Kyle Krabs, Joe Marino, Chris Schubert, Draft Dudes Live. It happens every Monday, pre-gaming Monday Night Football. Every Thursday, Would You Rather, YouTube.com, The Draft Network, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, brought to you by our friends over at Mighty Swell. All of our live streams are at TDN. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking us out. If you missed us live, come back, see us again next time. Enjoy the game. Talk to you guys tomorrow.